and I are having a supernatural experience right now because we are dealing in the immaterial.
So my question is, well, actually, I was watching a debate between Bill Craig and Bart Ehrman, and Bart Ehrman said that it's virtually impossible for a scholar, particularly a scholar, because we know Bill Craig is an analytical philosopher, for a scholar to prove that Jesus rose from the dead, because that would require bringing in theology and philosophy. And as a Christian, I found myself kind of agreeing with it, because I feel like it will require us using philosophical arguments and theological arguments and our own ideological biases to also add in and prove it. Whereas if you were just like, well, you can be a believer and still look at it, okay, we can't directly prove that Jesus rose from the dead by just looking at the evidence. You would have to use philosophy and theology. I just want to get your opinion on that.
Well, first of all, what Bart Ehrman doesn't seem to understand is he has a theological position too. And his theological position is that miracles don't occur. Why is that the right theological position to take? Everybody has a theological position. The only question is, what is the proper theological position? I think the proper theological position is to be open to both causes, a natural cause or a non-intelligent cause and an intelligent cause. If you're going to rule out intelligent causes in advance, well, suppose there really is an intelligent cause. You've just ruled out the only possibility that's opposite your one possibility, and your possibility has got to be a natural cause, right? Or you're going to say that everything has to happen inside of nature, that there can't be any sort of intrusion in the natural world by a supernatural being.
Just to piggyback on that, he actually in the debate said miracles could be possible, but in this particular case, with the resurrection hypothesis, that it would be the least probable explanation. So he actually says supernatural events could occur.
And I would ask him, why is it least probable given the evidence? Because you evaluate the probability based on the evidence that you have at hand. You don't do a priori probability where you rule stuff out. I think if you look at the evidence from the New Testament documents and other materials related to it, the best explanation is that Jesus rose from the dead. In the context that this is a world that was created, and the greatest miracle is Genesis 1:1, so God can intervene if he wants to. Also, I might point out to Bart Ehrman that if he doesn't believe in the supernatural, he shouldn't believe in anything he thinks. Because if only natural causes exist, that would require that every thought he had was given to him by the laws of physics. And if his thoughts are caused completely by the laws of physics, why should he think they're true? So you and I are having a supernatural experience right now because we are dealing in the immaterial. It's not just physics that are going on when we're talking to one another here. There's not just brains talking to one another, there are minds talking to one another, and we're using immaterial laws like the immaterial laws of logic and mathematics. We are conversing right now in a way that goes beyond the natural. Are we using the natural? Yes, but it goes beyond the natural. And for Bart Ehrman to say nothing can go beyond the natural, he shouldn't believe anything he thinks or writes if he says that.